Hey guys, I'm going for a walk and I'm at this park where I never see anybody. So if you don't like people, this is a good place to walk. It's got this swampy lake back there. But anyway, it was my third day back at it in the world of Warcraft. So let's talk about gaming.
Alright, so today was a pretty good day in my quest to gear up my monk, but it wasn't without its struggles, and I quite literally almost switched factions today because Horde just kept losing, or maybe I just kept losing. I lost my first 3 battlegrounds of the day, and each one was just a straight up graveyard camp. So you know what I did? I'm sure some of us have been in this situation before, but I logged on my level 80 Alliance monk Zenjitsu, and I was like, well, let's settle this debate. Is it the Horde? Are Horde just bad? Let's queue up for some Alliance BGs. I instantly bought a full set of honor gear, and funnily enough, the results of my little experiment here ended in disaster. I lost my very first BG on my Alliance monk, and it was a curb stomp. But then I was like, I lost so many BGs on my Horde over the last few days. This loss just must be a fluke. Let's queue again. This was just an outlier. This is a fluke. Alliance is going to win the next one. And we got the new battleground, Deepal Ravine here, and I ran down to the center, and it was just an insta team wipe, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to AFK out of this. This is not good. And at this point, I'm feeling a little frustrated, a little defeated. It's just so difficult to gear out my tunes, and I just feel like I really wasn't enjoying and playing the game because my team was just in the graveyard 90% of the time, and I'm just like, dang, I just want to have some fun again. But anyway, moving past that, do you guys remember Ravage Gaming? If you watched my videos during the glory days of MoP, Ravage Gaming was also a Windwalker Monk YouTuber at the time, and we used to collab and play together back then, and he actually stopped by the stream and we had a nice chat and we were reminiscing and catching up, so that was pretty cool. If you're out there, hey Ravage, it was nice seeing you. It was actually pretty funny because we started watching some old videos of us doing some arenas together, and I just thought it was funny that the quality of the videos back then were super poor and super grainy, and I can barely read any of the text on the screen, so it's just funny just looking back at this time capsule. So moving on, and at this point, I was just kind of resigning myself to having to suffer through the gearing process here. A viewer in my chat asked me if I knew about war crate farming, and I was like, yeah, I mean, I know they're super lucrative, and I usually wait for them in between my BG queues, and historically throughout this expansion, it felt like Alliance would typically capture a lot of these chests. But he was like, no, you can actually join a raid group and go around farming these war crates zone after zone with an add-on called RDY'S Crate Tracker, and you can accrue a bunch of conquest points in a relatively short amount of time. I was like, dang, I need to try this out. And honestly, this was a real lifesaver in trying to cap out my conquest. So thank you guys for letting me know about this. And if anyone out there doesn't know, the add-on is called RDY'S Crate Tracker, and I'll leave it in the description below. The rest of my day was pretty much spent doing this, just running around zone to zone with a raid group, farming these war crates. And honestly, it was still kind of boring, but it was more lucrative than losing 10 million BGs. And it still takes several hours probably to cap out your conquest doing this, especially if you're starting with a fresh tune. And it is beneficial to have the extra zones unlocked if you're going to do this crate farm for a while. I didn't have these extra zones unlocked. I think they were Siren Isle and the Undermine. So I also spent a little bit of time trying to unlock these zones, but doing all this PvE stuff, I don't know, I couldn't do it in one fell swoop. So I'll just have to work on it in increments. So yeah, that kind of wraps up my third day back in WoW, and it has been frustrating throughout these 3 days trying to gear up again. I don't want to complain too much. I know I missed all of season 2 and there's a lot of stuff I need to catch up on, but it doesn't change the fact that I feel like a lot of this stuff is pretty boring. I just want to play the game. I just want to PvP. That's all I want to do. But we did make some good progress. I was able to buy the weapon today, a couple more conquest pieces. I got my 2-piece set bonus. I want to work on getting a 1600 rating to obtain my 4-piece set bonus. And yeah, we should be able to get fully caught up here soon. And hopefully we can go into some BGs, some PvP, and zug it up. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And as always, I'll see you soon. I have been streaming on both YouTube and Twitch, so feel free to stop by anytime. Maybe we can do some BGs together. See you guys in the next one.